it'll become clear through listening. Well, I try not to as much as you can't give up an inch.
So rude.
If you give an inch, you're gonna be stuck with it the rest of your life. And it's only gonna go. It's a power struggle. I'll be honest. Being married is a game of tug.
Welcome to another episode of The House and Ways and Means. So in Black relationships, in the Black love, in the Black family, does romance actually exist? What does it look like and what does it feel like? So how about you get started?
Romance is very dependent on the person. I mean, some people are known as being romantics, where they know that that's their thing. They like to show romance or receive romance. I mean, I've never been super into romance, but I mean, like I said, it's different for different people what exactly it is. And it's also different, I think, depending on generation or, kind of your age.
I mean, well, I also feel like in Black relationships, don't get upset, but I feel like the romance is kind of dead. It's not like the same as, I don't know, maybe I watched too much of The Bachelor and that kind of other stuff where it's like this scripted romance story, but I just feel like in the relationships that I've primarily dated Black people. I've dated a couple of non-Black people, and in those relationships, the guys were all about like doing things to woo me. Like there was maybe 2 Black guys I have dated in my entire life that did something to woo me.
Well, I did say, age group could be dependent on culture. I think that is a very important factor that I didn't mention already. But I mean, if you think about where we are now. Think about, where millennials and Gen Z dating culture is. I mean, romance is like this Netflix and chill. I remember growing up, and my mother taught me these things that were just incontrovertible truths. That women want you to open the door for them, and we used to go out with her because we didn't have any sisters. So it was like, hey, my mom was like, I'm gonna have to teach you how to treat women. So, she would stand there just like in front of a door. I'm like 13 years old. I'm like, it's like that meme with Diddy and that dude staring at each other. until we remembered that we were supposed to open the door for her. And, having the door open for you in 2021 is not necessarily the same. I think that women are, have this feeling of independence now that maybe they don't need that anymore or whatever.
Speak for yourself.
I don't know. I'm not speaking for myself, but I'm saying, like, romance, what was chivalrous or romantic when my mother was coming up and learning the game, which was kind of common knowledge, I would say, is not necessarily the common knowledge. Now, what is appropriate or what makes someone feel special?
That's so weird to me that you would even say that, though, because I went to the gym the other day. So the other day I went to the gym and I was like, ooh, I have a new gym boyfriend.
He has a ton of gym boyfriends. I can't even keep up, honestly.
No, this is just my number 2. This is just my second gym boyfriend. Since I've been back to the gym trying to get my body back together.
You've been back to the gym like 2 weeks. You already got 2 boyfriends.
He lying!
She has boyfriends from every location that she goes to. Work, church,
work.
Gym.
I work at home.
When she goes jogging, she has like 3 boyfriends on her jogging route around the neighborhood. I mean, it's winter
time. Okay, I don't have a jogging route.
So she broke up with them. She'll have a whole new set once the sun comes back out.
Anyway, I never had a jogging boyfriend. What? No boy. I have people who have been interested. They have put in place in their
my
application.
boyfriend, he stands out in front of the furniture store smoking.
He like, yeah. Anyway, the point is that I don't think chivalry is dead, and I feel like I'm in my 30s. I'm grown, y'all. Okay, I'm in my like not even early 30s. Whew, that kind of hurts a little bit to say, but I still have people opening the door for me, and these guys are young. And I don't think it's because they think I'm young. I think it's because they know that it's appropriate. I find it hard to believe that people, because even your son would open up the door for me.
Well, I don't think chivalry is dead in the concept of what it is, but I do think that the things that were considered chivalrous at one point in time may be offensive now.
Okay. I remember when he and I got married, his mom, his mom said to me, "It's my fault. Everything that he does is my fault." Like she just like took ownership, and she was just like, she tried. Like she
don't do anything. Me and my brothers.
That's the other issue. They don't do anything. He and his brothers. So it's so interesting because when I have conversations with the other wives, we're all like, "Oh, yours do it too. Oh yeah, mine do it too. Oh, mine does this. Oh, yours do that. Oh, mine do it too." Listen, there could have been triplets. Really, one of them is better. He's at a different level, and maybe because he's a pastor, he is just nicer. He doesn't know how to relate to people better.
Hey, I'll tell you what me and my
But him and his
we actually put a ring on it, alright? So y'all could be out here talking about what your boyfriends are doing to you like everybody else.
That's besides the point. The point is that when we talk about like black romance and like what that looks like, I feel like I don't really know. Like opening a door, that's sweet, but like what else is there besides that?
I mean, I think that as you learn about somebody, you learn about what romance is for them. So, I mean, at some point you have to kind of let go of these generic ideals you have of what romance is and what romance looks like, and you just kind of cater to the person you're with at that point in time. So, I mean, that could be any number of things, but I think that it'll become clear through listening. Well, I try not to as much as you can't give up
That
an
is
inch.
so
If you give an inch,
rude.
you're gonna be stuck with it the rest of your life. It's only gonna go. It's a power struggle. I'll be honest. Being married is a game of tug of war.
See, the truth comes out. The truth comes out. What?
But I
This
mean, you'll figure out through osmosis what the person wants that is romance to them. So it's just a matter of listening. And even if you don't listen, you'll accidentally pick up on some of it at some point. I mean, she is very vocal about what she wants. She doesn't kind of leave it to chance that I'll just find out or some other person will tell me. I mean, she comes out and says, whenever she's had enough of me, she'll come out and she's like, "Listen, I want you to get this now." I'm only gonna say it once, but it's not gonna be once. She's gonna keep on saying it. But listen, that's when you got her where I want her. Now I just gotta toe this line where I don't run her off completely. This is me pulling my side. I'm winning. I'm winning at this point. But long story short.
See, y'all know what's going on. No one knows what's going on.
So just when she's about to leave, that's
checkmate though. Checkmate.
That's when she's about to leave. That's when you pull out all the stuff. Give her a night she'll never forget. She's like, that only cost me $5.99.
Let me tell y'all about my husband. If being frugal was romantic, listen, he would be the most romantic person in the entire planet, okay? Next to my dad. Because I don't understand, like, now granted, I love a man that can save his coins. Let me tell you, I love a man that can save his coins, and you know how to save your coins, and I love you and I appreciate you for that because we have coins left, okay? I appreciate that.
Not a lot.
But sometimes, can you buy me a plant? Just the other day I said to him, because I'm not like a whole like, give me flowers type. Like every time I see flowers, maybe because my experience with flowers is that men only give them when they've done something wrong and they want to apologize, and so they give flowers. That's what I've learned about flowers over between TV. I had a supervisor whose husband would only give her flowers every time she did something wrong, or every time he did something wrong and he wanted to apologize. And I've had people give me flowers when they did something wrong and they wanted to apologize. So I communicated to him directly, like, listen, I'm not a fan of flowers. But the other day, was it this week or last week, I was like, can I get a plant though? Like a succulent? A cactus? Something? Can you give me something?
Listen, as long as I've known her, she ain't never had no plants. She had some fake plants in her house, but all of a sudden we were having an argument. You'd have thought she was a horticulturist, or a botanist or something. She ain't never even had a garden, not a plant, nothing. Now she's talking about how I don't give her plants. For what?
Listen.
That thing will be dead in a week.
First of all, that's besides the point. The point is that I would love to grow things. For me, like I want things that matter. And a plant that way I can get, you know, if it's like a lime tree, something I can like plant, you know, over time once it gets big enough for its pot. Because you know, it's a plant first, and then it's potted, it's a potted plant, and then you can plant it in your own garden. Which is why when we bought a house, I was like, I want a place where we can have a garden.
What did you say? You said like a lime tree that produces limes?
Yes.
Do you know where we live?
I know where we live.
We're not gonna tell y'all where we live, but we live in a cold place. It snowed like a foot yesterday.
That's besides the point. The point is what I'm saying. You missing the point.
You don't know nothing.
What I'm saying.
That's why you don't have any.
What I'm saying is that I would like to spend time in a garden because I feel like there are things that bring me joy, and there are things that I like to do that for me has some kind of purpose. With a garden, I have tomatoes, I can have my peppers, I can have my eggplants, I can have my all these different things kind of going. We can use it for our household. We can also give it to people. So it's like, it's one of those things like gifts that keep on giving type thing. I feel like once you have flowers, you have them. Yes, you apologize. You are so sorry. You're sorry, the sorriest man on the planet, and then they're dead, and then that's it. I love salads. You know, I'm trying to get my body back together. Like to me, like I feel like that's like romantic. Like, hey babe, I know that you are like trying to get your body back. Let's throw.
Planted some spinach in the backyard.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. To me, I think that that's romantic for me.
Who the heck gives animals as a?
People give puppies and stuff like that to women all the time.
Not in America. That's like something you do in like hunter-gatherer culture.
Hunter-gatherer.
I apologize for what I
First
did.
of all,
Here is a fresh young goat.
You guys, you so
This is really my final thought on it, but I mean, I don't think lack of romance is related to somebody not knowing. I mean, I think that it's just a matter of the importance that someone places on showing romance in the way that their partner really enjoys. So like you said, I mean, you pinpointed how these non-black men you were dating showed you romance the way you liked, and only few black men did. I don't think it's a matter of them not knowing. It's just, like I said, some people enjoy that. They're romantics. They're self-proclaimed romantics, where they like romance shown to them. So, you know, I don't know if you were in a particularly long-term situation with those people, but I mean, they told you that information, that they showed you that early on. So it wasn't like, I mean, it's tough to try to get somebody to become romantic 10 years later. And that's just a power struggle.
Are you trying to say that you're not going to become romantic or not doing romantic things to me?
Probably not. But you knew that. So you weighed that against other options.
I did.
So,
I did know that. Now, he didn't lie to me. He showed me who he was.
If that's something that's so high on your priority list that you can't live without it, and that narrows your choices to someone who shows that to you. Otherwise, if it's somewhere in the middle of the pack, and they have something else that you really want, I mean, you know, everybody has to weigh their options against each other when they're coming down to making that big decision. So I mean, this is just one of the things on that list.
I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right. If black romance or romance was something that's so needed, we would not be together. Because that's not you. But you're right. I did know that this is not who you are. But what I now know is that he knows that he could do stuff to demonstrate romance, but he chooses not to.
Well, you know how they say in black culture, we're marrying less and less and less. Listen, man, romance can be expensive. We out here not getting married. We got options. We out here. You can't be romantic with you got 4 or 5.
Do you have 4 or 5 different wives though?
No, but
do you have
look,
that point?
We're not talking about us.
That point.
You said black romance. All right, so I'm trying to give the perspective of the entire race in the U.S., not the entire diaspora. I can't really do that, but I mean, look, we out here in the streets. Men got options, women got options. I mean,
I do have multiple gym boyfriends.
Romance, if that were all. Romance can get expensive when you got a whole roster. Not that I'm advocating one thing over the other, but everybody got these expectations, and a lot of them become very prevalent on social media where people didn't even know, like, oh, well, somebody was doing that for them, and then somebody do that for me. So,
yes.
Listen.
I want to go on a helicopter ride.
You don't got money for that.
I want dinner on a rooftop. Shoot, that's not expensive. See, I'm giving you all kinds of ideas. Listen, the next time we have one of these conversations, I better be relaying something romantic that you did for me.
Okay, yeah. We have a house with a roof. You can figure that out.
I'm gonna have to give him the linens. I'm gonna have to give him the china.
Whoa. You said dinner on rooftop. Who said anything about linen? You don't need linen.
You need to watch The Bachelor. You need to watch one episode of One Life.
I'm not doing that. First of all, that's fake. That's staged. All right, y'all gotta stop eating that fake Hollywood stuff up.
Listen, thank you so much for joining us as we talk about black love and romance in black relationships. This is House of Words Me. So we're signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Give us that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.